This is a sports car with a nasty temper, and anyone who crosses it ends up dead. During a factory inspection, a worker made one careless move and had his fingers bitten clean off. Later, another worker climbed inside to check on things and simply flicked some cigarette ash onto the seat. That was enough to set the car off. Not long after, when the door was opened again, the worker was found dead inside. 30 years later, this once fearsome sports car had been reduced to a pile of scrap metal. But when Mike happened to pass by, he was instantly drawn to it. Despite his best friend John's warnings, he insisted on buying the wrecked car for just $3, and he named her Christine. Mike hauled Christine over to a DIY auto shop. Since he was short on cash, he worked odd jobs for the owner in exchange for the parts he needed, slowly bringing the beat-up sports car back to life. Mike had always been known around school as a shy, timid kid. Whenever the bullies picked on him, he just took it. John was always the one who stepped in to defend him. He didn't even have the guts to talk to Mary, the girl he had a crush on. But after fixing up Christine, Mike seemed like a completely different person. He ditched his glasses, shook off his old insecurities, and even managed to win Mary over. One day, Mike invited his girlfriend out to catch a movie, but Mary never really warmed up to the car. As far as she was concerned, she came second to it in Mike's heart. To vent her frustration, Mary gave the car seat a hard slap. The very next second, the windshield wipers suddenly stopped working. Mike quickly got out to check what was going on, while Mary stayed in the car and pulled out some KFC to snack on. That's when things got creepy. The radio switched on by itself. A blinding white light flashed inside the car, and Mary suddenly started choking on her food, unable to breathe. Mike realized something was wrong and rushed to open the door to save her, but the door had locked itself shut. Just in the nick of time, a kind stranger walked by and managed to get the door open, pulling Mary out of danger. Mike then drove Mary home. Seeing how upset she looked, he quickly tried to comfort her, telling her that she was the one he loved most. But Christine overheard every word. When Mike tried to drive away, the car wouldn't start no matter what he did. It was obvious. She was jealous and throwing a tantrum. It wasn't until Mike admitted out loud that Christine was the one he truly loved that the engine finally roared back to life. Later, Mike drove Christine back to the shop, but that's where the bullies who used to pick on him tracked him down. They couldn't stand the fact that the kid they used to push around was now dating Mary, so they decided to trash his red sports car. The next day, Mike brought Mary to the shop to pick up the car, only to find Christine reduced to a heap of scrap. Mike was devastated seeing his beloved car smashed to pieces. Mary tried to step in and comfort him, but Mike shoved her away and told her to keep her distance. Once Mary left, something incredible happened. The wrecked Christine started repairing herself. In just 10 seconds, she was back to looking brand new. Watching this unbelievable sight, Mike broke into an eerie smile. After Mike went home, Christine started up on her own and drove out of the shop. She quickly tracked down one of the bullies who had trashed her. Realizing he was in trouble, the bully turned and ran. But there was no escaping a car with a mind of its own. Christine didn't care about denting herself. She even pulled off a slick drifting U-turn mid-chase before continuing her pursuit. Soon the bully was cornered against a wall with nowhere left to run. Christine didn't care whether there was room or not. She plowed straight in and killed him on the spot. The next day, Christine was back to looking perfectly fine, but a police officer showed up at Mike's door. It turned out Mary had called them. She told the cops that Mike's car had been completely trashed the night before, and that one of the bullies responsible had mysteriously turned up dead. But when the police saw the car, it looked as good as new. The whole thing left them baffled. With no evidence to go on, they had no choice but to let Mike go. That night, Christine started herself up again and left the shop. She rolled into a gas station, found the other two bullies, and charged straight at them without hesitation. A massive explosion tore through the station, and flames swallowed everything. But the demonic car didn't have a scratch on her. One of the bullies saw the chaos and made a run for it. Christine, still engulfed in flames, followed him at a leisurely pace, as if toying with her prey. Just when the bully thought he might actually get away, Christine suddenly floored it and mowed him down. Then, still smoking, the car returned to the shop, and the owner happened to catch her coming in. He grabbed his gun and cautiously approached. When he opened the door, no one was inside. Curiosity got the better of him, and he climbed into the driver's seat. That's when the radio suddenly blared to life and the door slammed shut. The seat started sliding forward, and no matter how hard he struggled, he couldn't break free. He was crushed to death right there. The string of deaths quickly caught the attention of the police, but Christine had become too strange to catch. She reset herself after every kill, leaving no evidence behind. The cops had nothing to work with. Mary, though, had figured out something was off. She went to Mike's best friend John and told him the car might actually be alive, and that Mike was falling under her spell. She worried that if things kept going this way, John might be the next one to end up dead. At first, John didn't buy it, but right after Mary left, Mike pulled up in Christine and invited John to grab some KFC. Once John got in, he realized just how much Mike had changed, and he knew something wasn't right. What really shook him was when Mike took both hands off the wheel and the car kept driving itself. That was all John needed to see. He believed Mary now. To save Mike from the car's grip, John decided he had to destroy Christine for good. The next night, John rolled up to the shop in a bulldozer while Mary worked on luring Christine out. Sure enough, sensing the threat, Christine came roaring out, with Mike inside looking completely out of his mind. To take out her rival, Christine slammed on the gas and charged at Mary. But she missed and hit an abandoned car instead. Even with her engine wrecked, she kept going, still hell-bent on running Mary down. Just in the nick of time, John rolled up in the bulldozer and blocked her path. But the crazed car wasn't giving up. She kept trying to kill Mary. Eventually, she lost control and slammed into a nearby table. The impact threw Mike out of the car. In his final moments, he reached out to touch his beloved car one last time, his eyes full of sorrow. And while Christine was mourning him, John drove the bulldozer right over her. Christine kept trying to repair herself, but she was no match for the bulldozer. In the end, the demonic car was crushed flat and hauled off to the junkyard. But it wasn't over. The scrap that used to be Christine suddenly twitched, as if hinting that a new killing spree was about to begin.